Morning, track gang. Looking forward to getting back together with you guys in the near future. I drove by the new church this morning. It's looking great. The parking lot's paved. The building has a side to it. And we're going to be there before you even know it. But for now, we're going to continue on with our Bible studies. And since I'm making these lessons, I get to teach my favorite Bible story, the Prodigal Son. I'm going to group this into a 3-part series, working our way to Father's Day. Because I like Father's Day. Because I'm a father. And we do that kind of thing. Well, anyway, for the Prodigal Son, our title is, Who's Watching Out for You? Is there somebody who takes care of you, puts food on your plate, keeps you going? All of these things that a father might do. All right, well, let's get started with the game before we get going. Here's our good dice. Oh, it's going to fall off. Take 5. Do 10 push-ups. I think Bella might have got to my board again. All right, never mind. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. Did we all do them? You have to do those as well. 3. Who gives the best presents? Is it mom? Is it grandma and grandpa? Or is it dad? I think in our house it's usually mom. And who takes care of you? In our house, again, it's mom. She takes care of all of us. She makes our meals. She keeps us clean, gets us on the right bedtime, takes care of everything we need. One last time. Bella got at my board again. Candy, candy, candy. So we got candy. All right. Let's get started. As we're getting started, we're going to start off with a number of different verses. The Prodigal Son story is in Luke chapter 15. So Bible challenge, Luke chapter 15. I'm going to grab my Bible, the one I grew up with, the first Bible I had as a Christian. Luke 15, 11 through 13, setting the stage a little bit. Prodigal Son is a story about a family, a father and 2 sons. So the one son, well, let's read the story and figure out what's wrong with him. The parable of the lost son. Jesus continued, there was a man who had 2 sons. The younger one said to his father, Father, give me my share of the estate. So he divided his property between them. Not long after that, the younger son got together all he had and set off for a distant country, and there squandered his wealth in wild living. So this guy suffered from a syndrome I like to call big me, little world. I'm the only one that matters. Me, 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 me. Now this father, he was being very generous, and gave him his inheritance early. The rest of his estate's now suffering because he doesn't have as much money. And this guy takes off and he goes partying. Not very responsible. Now I know you guys are not wasting your family fortune and destroying the wealth of the generations, but maybe something as simple as sharing with your brother and sister. Always talking nicely. Anyway, there's a lot of different ways these things go together. All right, Bible challenge. Verses 14 through 16. Flip, 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 flip. It should be in the same place. Great part about doing this. 14 through 16. After he had spent everything, there was a severe famine in the whole country, and he began to be in need. So he went and hired himself out to a citizen of that country, who sent him to his fields to feed pigs. He longed to fill his stomach with the pods that the pigs were eating, but no one gave him anything. So not only is the guy starving, not only is he working all day long, so to the Jewish people, pigs were an unclean animal. They were disgusting. They were sinful. They were wrong. And he's feeding them. And his mind is so far down the road that he wants to eat the slop that these unclean field animals are eating. Because he's hungry. All right, so he's given up. Given up. And he says in Luke 15, verses 20 through 24, so he got up and went to his father. But while he was still a long way off, his father saw him and was filled with compassion for him. He ran to his son, threw his arms around him, and kissed him. The son said, "Father, I have sinned against heaven and against you. I am no longer worthy to be called your son." But the father said to his servants, "Quick, bring the best robe and put it on him. Put a ring on his finger and sandal on his feet. Bring the fattened calf and kill it. Let's have a feast and celebrate. For this son of mine was dead and is alive again. He was lost and is found." So they began to celebrate. This one really leaps out at me. We're starting off. Dad is watching. His son, gone for years. No idea what happened to him. He probably lost a lot of weight because he was starving. He was dirty. His clothes were all tore up. When he left, he was probably in good shape, well-dressed, all rich and everything. So he's nasty looking. Long way off. Dad is watching. The son didn't call, say, "Hey, Dad, I'm coming home." No, didn't write him a letter. Didn't do nothing. Dad had no idea his son was coming. So Dad, who, by the way, is working, was a hard-working farmer, standing in the fields, is watching in all directions, because he doesn't know where his kid is, just for the chance that his son may come back today. That's crazy. So the dirty, nasty boy comes walking over the hill. Dad's looking, he says, "Is that my boy? Is that my son come home to me? Quick, quick, let's party!" "Dad, I'm not worthy to be your son." Yeah. Come on, let's go. Woo! That's what God is talking about. "I am waiting for you," says Jesus. He's watching for you to come over the hill, to choose to be a member of his family again. No matter how long you've been gone, no matter what you look like or what you've done, he's waiting for you to come. In Psalm 136:1, "Give thanks to the Lord, for he is good. His love endures forever." So this week, as we're thinking about the prodigal son, our challenge this week is to come back. No matter how good of a Christian you think you are, there's a place to go back to. Even if you're not really a Christ follower and just kind of wondering, God is standing there in the field watching for someone to come over the hill. Is that you? Appreciate your Father watching for you. Go home and thank your parents, your mom and your earthly father, for watching over you so well and taking care of you. All right, Track Gang, I will see you all next week. Hope you have a great time. Stay healthy.